Here we are, another day. I really don't feel like working out today, but what's new? My sleep pattern is all jacked up. Keep waking up at 4:30 in the morning, then doom scrolling until like 5. Now it's 5:25, about to be 5:30, and about to start. Turn my actual TV down. Can't believe that they don't let me automatically. Oh, here we go. They show automatically when I'm live and I'm on other on YouTube. They should just let me like they should just pop up. Okay. All right. Let me see. Are we here? All right. We're here. Oh my goodness gracious, big almighty.
What people? Housing market is going to go absolutely insane because all these people are going to start looking for houses. People on food stamps are going to now start going and looking for what? And all the people that they live in financial assistance homes, they should have money saved up. It's not like they had to pay rent.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
I think as taxpayers have been paying out the ass to feed and house these people. Welcome to the rallying cry of a man who thinks that poverty is a personality flaw and Econ 101 is fucking optional. You're sitting there grinning about cutting people off food stamps like it's a Marvel plot twist, talking about people going to Walmart to steal. And all I can think of is, you really never been hungry a day in your life, have you, Junior? You literally said the housing market is going to boom. You actually believe that the people losing food assistance, people who literally can't afford groceries, are about to fucking shoot over to Zillow and look for dream homes. That's not economics, my guy. That's brain damage with a fucking TikTok channel. Talking about temporary housing, like this country has ever made a temporary. Newsflash, rent went up 30%, wages didn't even fucking move, landlords are buying yachts while people are choosing between fucking insulin and electric. But sure, dude, go ahead and tell us about how folks should have saved up while surviving on ramen and fucking hope. And then there's your little taxpayer speech. Every time someone says that with their whole fucking chest, I know that they're about to expose just how little they understand about how taxes actually fucking work. You're not paying to feed the freeloaders, Junior. You're paying so that this country doesn't collapse under the weight of its own fucking greed. You benefit from them programs. You just don't have the humility to fucking admit it. And that bit where you describe that these people look like, you can practically hear the dog whistle turn into a fucking siren. 3, 4, 5 kids, one on the hip. Dude, just say that you mean poor black and brown families and save us the fake fucking suspense. We caught the vibe before we even hit play. You say that Trump's doing the right thing, yeah, because nothing says leadership like cheering for kids to go hungry, while billionaires get another fucking tax break. You call it accountability, I call it cruelty with a flag draped over it. You think cutting off EBT is going to build work ethic? It's going to build crime rates, food insecurity, and desperation. But maybe that's just the fucking point. People in survival mode don't have time to fight over the system that keeps them there. So here's the real fucking truth. People on EBT are working. They're cleaning your kids' schools, stocking your shelves, and frying your fucking food. They're holding this goddamn country down while clowns like your ass pretend struggle is a fucking moral failure. Go ahead and keep talking about bootstraps while half the fucking country's barefoot. Because when the system you worship collapses, don't come crying for a plate at the table that you helped fucking flip.
You know what I've been thinking about? I work in retail. I'm kind of scared. Bro, them cutting off people those steps is putting us in danger. Because when retail workers do their job and don't let people steal, people are gonna be fucking mad. And we're gonna have to deal with that. I'm not gonna get punched in the face because I'm gonna let somebody take this stack of fucking bread.
Oh, y'all ain't gonna be getting y'all food stamp in November. To some of
You
y'all,
wanna know
maybe
something,
those videos,
Dylan?
like y'all celebrate,
The
that
other
you're not
day,
gonna get their food
I
stamp
was
in November,
walking
especially
on,
during Thanksgiving. You know what the problem
around
is
the
with these
complex.
selective celebration, or should I say anger? Why y'all ain't made videos about the 20 billion that was just given to Argentina for a bailout?
The other day, I was walking around the complex for like a good 20 minutes, and I only burned 70, like 70 calories in 20 minutes. So, since I have this on an incline, I'm getting more out of it. It might not look like I'm on an incline, but I am. So, I think this would be equivalent to me walking up a hill versus me just being on a flat pavement outside walking. Also, this forces me to walk at a certain speed, whereas if I'm outside, I can't really, well, I could control my speed if I jog or if I walk fast, but this is more consistent. But I understand what you're saying. I get it. I can tell the difference by my heart rate here and my heart rate out there. And I want to go outside. Even though I live in Florida, the weather is great right now, but I need to get me like a little strap or a gun or something. Okay. Come fix them then, Chris. I don't think they're crooked.
Trump, if you want, mother start losing, what's gonna happen? Before my kids go broke this bitch like Jack, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit, swipe my way card, food that they say ain't no pinning down on there. I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm gonna have one of my cousins with me that'll punch up so hard you gonna think it's jet too hard they get your big ass. And you think I'm gonna walk out this stuff. And please follow me to that motherfucking car. If you feel it, motherfucking fraud, bitch, you ain't gonna make it back to your motherfucking position at that fucking Walmart store. I'm telling you. I don't even know what the group would be like uproar about the EBT system shit happening next month or possibly or whatever it is. Nobody is like realistically thinking. One. Two. That's why I have to always have a backup plan. Three, I know that it barely lasts for the whole time, but at the same time, you gotta always make sure that you got, so that if it do come a situation like this, you're not blaming the government. You gotta be more responsible. You gotta be more, responsible being more deadass, like, canned goods, like, racking up on things, even if
What are
that
y'all
is
doing?
kids, whatever it is, like, pantries, all that shit, options that's up there, like, never just
I'm interested.
be comfortable.
On my For You page saying that if Trump cuts off their food stamp, they're going in the store and they're taking everything.
So, Chris,
Like, America has y'all in hunger games.
when I woke up, I'm watching Lovely
Once you
Tea,
take everything
and
store,
she's talking about
they're not
how people are in a frenzy and crashing out
so when
over November 1st,
this is gonna be the
and how food stamps are supposed to be cut. I don't know. I just thought it was entertaining. Watching people crash out.
So y'all might want to rethink this shit and come up with a better plan.
I really can't believe the times I'm living in right now. It's just like, is this really happening? I hope it's not really happening. And sometimes when I work out, I don't really listen to music. I will eventually. But yeah. I get bored of this stuff too. Probably by the term from this. They keep saying the same thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of you guys that are gonna get your food stamps and your benefits cut. And then you're gonna come back on here bitching and complaining to Trump. There's a whole thing going on here. Like, let's stop pretending that you guys are not down here with us. Never been on food stamps a day in my life. Never gave a fuck who was on food stamps. Never cared. Never gave a fuck. But now we're sitting here telling y'all, hey man, statistics show that 40% of those food stamp benefits goes to children. Children are on those food stamps.
Do you have this deep feeling and this deep knowingness in your heart that you remember so much more and that you're not tapping into your potential, but you're kind of paralyzed because you're not sure what the next step is? Work on getting extremely fit. Work on your body. In order to become extremely fit, you need to have an extreme level of discipline, and that discipline will transfer into other areas of your life. Also, when you build your body brick by brick, months and months of consistency, you will build a level of confidence that nobody can take away from you. And that level of confidence will also transfer into other areas of your life. There is not a single aspect of your life that does not get better when you become healthier and more fit. You will literally become unfuckable with. You will start to raise your standards, you will start to lower your tolerance, and then you'll start to ask yourself, what else can I accomplish? And that is powerful.
Number one, weightlifting is extremely empowering. I know in the beginning, stepping into the free weight section may be extremely intimidating, but trust me when I tell you that once you get used to it, it is one of the most empowering things that you will go through. Seeing yourself be able to not only pick up really heavy things, but also do them for continuous reps at a time with good form. Seriously, like unlocking some superhero powers that you've had all of your life by simply getting your gym membership and not being scared of the weight section. Benefit number two, it is great for toning and sculpting. Some people think that as soon as they start lifting weights, they're going to turn all fogyish, and that is just not true. Weightlifting is like a secret sculpting tool. You can shape your body any way you want. You want ripped abs, you can get that. You want a big booty, you can get that. You want defined belts, you can get that. You want back muscles that show through your dresses, you can get that. Benefit number three, it is the ultimate metabolism booster. As your muscle mass increases, you'll be able to burn more calories throughout your day. This means that even when you're sitting there just watching Netflix, you will be burning more calories than you currently are right now with less muscle mass. So maybe instead of dieting so hard, maybe you just focus on increasing your...
Alright, I'm over it. I'm ready for the music.
Thought is all around, all this thought is all around. Thought feels, yeah. Thought feels. My frequency. You've been staring at me since you walked in the bar.
I know. I'm like, we can turn that off. I don't know any man that wants to do more muscles. Like some strong, brolic woman. I mean, to each his own, but like, that's never the goal for me. Like, I come from a track background, workout background. I never wanted to get like buff. Like, low-key, no point in losing weight is to slim down, not most up. I don't know. But some people, they never like lift a weight or lift anything in their life to where they have no muscle mass. I can understand that. Like, if you have zero muscle mass, you never had a strenuous job ever in your life. So I can see why they want to build a little something. I love how women always think they know what men want instead of letting men tell them what they want. And even then, it's somebody for everybody. I'm pretty sure there's a guy out there who likes muscular women. We live in a big world. We're not simple. Say you just want to smile on a calm head. We're not very simple. That's so funny. Women are so complex. Men want this, that, this, and all men, they're simple. Hilarious. Oh my God, the commercials are up. Yesterday the commercials were sweet.
And their customer service reps always know just what I need.
Did you just,
Get more than just savings.
Welcome to the most dangerous planet in the universe. It's a beautiful place to die.
oh my darling, oh my darling. You know I love you. You want my money. You know you need this love. In me, oh no, oh no. You make me go low. Oh no, oh no. You make me go low. She give me the step go low. So you want me like go low. Go low.
So how many times have you heard
37-year-old man has more options when it comes to dating and starting a family than a 37-year-old woman. That's because men gain value as they get older, and women unfortunately lose their value. And don't blame me for this message, blame biology in our society. Women's greatest values are their beauty and their fertility, and the fertility rate goes down drastically after 35. And by 40 is about 5% per cycle or so. At the same time, men are still equipped to make children at 50 and even 60.
Men are more like an asset appreciating in time. Women are more like a liability that depreciates rapidly with time. And subconsciously, you're all bothered by the fact that, as you age, your value is declining. So you have to create a psychological superstructure that makes.
These are the three main habits that were keeping me fat for like 8 years. I had no idea that I was doing all the wrong things for some reason. I was getting so frustrated because I thought all the things I was doing were going to get me skinny, but they literally kept me fat. And I essentially just came to the conclusion that I was never going to be thin. So here are the three main things that were keeping me fat. Number one, I was keeping myself full consistently throughout the entire day. There was not a single second where I let myself get hungry. Essentially, I believed that as long as I was eating the right things, that I was gonna get skinny, because that's what I was hearing online. So that takes me into point number 2. I was eating clean, but I was eating massive portion sizes. Like I would have these giant salads with homemade dressing and just douse it in dressing, and these big bowls of oatmeal with like 5 tablespoons of peanut butter, which is whack. Then habit number 3, when I was my biggest, I was lifting heavy 5 to 6 days a week. I thought that the harder that I worked in the gym, the more calories I would burn, so then I would just get skinnier, but this kept me big. Basically, this would just make my appetite go insane. Anyway, if you are curious about how it will help you to get skinny, I make videos about that literally all the time. But these are the 3 main things that were keeping me fat and keeping me stuck.
The reason you're big is because you have a big girl mindset. Before you cancel me, listen very closely to what I'm about to say, because this is for my girls who are bigger than they would like to be and don't have healthy habits. Coming from someone who used to be in your shoes and changed my entire life and body based on making these mindset changes. The first thing to stop is the all or nothing mindset. Either you're on a diet or you're cheating on your diet. There's no in between. You have the thought that the only way to lose weight is by eating clean all the time, and you know that's not realistic for you long term, so you go through this constant cycle of starting a new diet and stopping. Really, the cheat code is finding the right balance between eating more whole foods and still including fun foods like pizza, your cookies, your chips, all that stuff can still fit. Number 2, the future-focused thinking mindset. You're already currently overweight, but in your head, you're like, oh, I'll start this at another time. If you keep thinking like this, you are going to look in the mirror 2 years from now, having gained even more weight and wondering how you let yourself go this far, how you let it get this bad. You do not want to wait till you get to that point to start making changes, because it's much harder the longer you wait. Number 3, you are mentally focused on instant gratification. Complete a project, treat yourself. Did a workout, treat yourself. Literally just existing, treat yourself. You feel like there needs to be a treat in the form of food for everything you do. Instead of just feeling proud about something you've done and moving on with your day, you really want to reward yourself, find other ways that are not detrimental to your health and your weight loss journey. Number 4, you have a scarcity mindset when it comes to food. Whenever you're at an event or at a social gathering, you see something like, oh my gosh, I don't know when the next time is I'm going to have this, so I'm going to have a lot of it. This mindset is not serving you. Food is plentiful. Food is abundant. You can eat today, you can eat tomorrow, and you can eat the day after that. You can embody that mindset. You won't feel the incessant need to eat and overindulge every time you go out somewhere. Number 5, the emotional eating mindset. If you're bored, stressed, sad, you numb yourself with food, alcohol, don't know how to properly manage and regulate your emotions, and so you hide behind them by eating food. You need to change your mindset to actually address these emotions and find healthy outlets to try and get through them, like walking, journaling, meditating, praying, reading the Bible, calling a friend. If you can make these 5 mindset changes, the nutrition and fitness part of things will be so much easier.
Things I thought were fine, but were actually keeping me fat. Healthy snacks. There are 2 reasons why this was keeping me fat. The first reason is because it was healthy. I felt like I could eat as much as I wanted during that snack because it was good for me. The second reason is that snacking all throughout the day kept my blood sugar and insulin spiking. This can lead to more cravings, it can lead to more fatigue, and ultimately it's not good for your metabolic health. Eating first thing in the morning, especially if you're a woman, you've probably been told you need to eat right when you wake up. For me, this would set me up to be craving food all day long. What I found that works best for me is having breakfast later on in the day, doing intermittent fasting. And yes, I fast with my hormones. I don't go as extreme during certain phases of my cycle. Underestimating my willpower at certain parties, events, social gatherings with lots of yummy foods. I would think to myself, a little bit of this and a little bit of that won't hurt. Now that I'm more aware of my gut health, I make sure to have fiber before my meals, especially a meal like this. This helps me to feel fuller going into it. It stops my blood sugar from spiking as much. I end up eating less and feeling better.
Let me tell you why you're so big, and I'm gonna hold your hand while I say that. No, I'm not. You've been big for way too long. Let's get into it. I was frustrated for like years because I couldn't get it right. Let me tell you the mistakes I made that kept me trapped. Okay, number 1, you refuse to accept that skinny people just eat way less than you think they do. I know it sounds impossible, okay? I know when you see your skinny friends, they'll go out and they'll eat, and you think this must be how they eat all the time. No, skinny people are eating way less than you think they are. Number 2, refuse to acknowledge your weird, deeply ingrained habits around food.
Think about all the weird little things that you do. Like, do you have to have dessert after every single meal? Things like that. Just weird, deeply ingrained habits. Those are holding you back. Number 3, you still think that your workouts are gonna get you skinny. I know that we believe that hard work is gonna get us to where we wanna be, but the truth is that your workouts are only gonna get you 20% of the way. And number 4, you think eating healthy means you can eat as much as you want whenever you want. Stop fooling yourself. This is not how it works. We're better than these things now, okay?
Okay, the sun is literally blinding, but we're gonna chit chat. So these are 3 things that kept me overweight. If you wanna listen, you can listen. Keep scrolling, don't say anything mean, thanks. So the first thing, portion sizes. I touched on this before, it's no secret. I grew up an athlete. I thought I was doing like way more. I thought I was like freaking Simone Biles or something. I was eating in excess. There was no need for me to have a whole like half a chicken. Why? Why am I doing that? Why am I having a pound of rice? There was no need. Once I stopped being an athlete during COVID, like I was no longer hungry. I wasn't doing as much, and I thought to myself, well, if I'm not doing as much, maybe I don't need to eat as much. And then the weight just fell off. That's the first thing. Second thing, the clothes you wear matter. Athletic clothes, same kind of concept. I was wearing leggings, like sweats, all that stuff. And then when I would try on jeans, like the button wouldn't button. And, what are you doing? Like, you can't just wear athletic clothes and then expect to hit your goals when everything stretches with you. I was just stretching with the clothes. The last thing, just because people tell you you're big boned or like you're on, the sturdier side, you don't have to listen. You are not stuck to that. I grew up thinking that was my body type. I was just like a little bit thicker and it was okay. Nothing's wrong with that. If you want that, that's fine. But I always was like, I don't know. I don't really like looking like this. But people would tell me like, no, this is just like how you're supposed to look. This is your healthy. And then I realized that it's not because I dropped 30 plus pounds. So anyways, if this relates to you, I just thought I'd share. So those are my 3 things that kept me overweight. If you relate, awesome. We can talk about it in the comments.
What to do if your boyfriend is making you fat but you want to be skinny? My name is Amanda. I'm a fat loss coach who's lost 20 pounds herself, and I'm also engaged to a man who does not stop eating. Here's my fiance. For reference, he is 6'3", I'm 5'7", and I just don't eat as much food as him. Okay, so unless your boyfriend or partner is stuffing food down your face or force feeding you, which is either abusive or like a fetish, it's on you. You are the only one responsible for making yourself fat. So let's go through how to stop doing this. Step 1 is being aware of the situation and knowing that you actually have the full control to change your entire life. Stop with the victim mentality. It does nothing for you and put the blame on yourself, which is a good thing because you can change. Step 2, think about where this excess of food comes from. Is it because you're going out for dinner so much for your date nights? Are you drinking more together? Are yourself reaching for a snack just because he's snacking? You need to pinpoint exactly what's going on here. Step 3, if you have more than one reason or issue, just try to work through one at a time. For example, if you find that you've been drinking alcohol every night together as a way to unwind and relax and spend quality time, and this is something that you want to change, I would just pick 1 or 2 nights that maybe you don't have a drink, or maybe you have 1 drink instead of 2 drinks. As small of a change as 2 glasses of wine to 1 glass of wine per week will save you over 800 calories every single week, which over the course of a month equals 3,600 calories, which is more than 1 pound. So even if you change nothing else and just reduce your alcohol consumption, you would lose 1 pound that month or 12 pounds over the course of a year by changing one thing. I like doing extremes because extremes are not sustainable unless you have to. I would rather do small little baby steps that you can change because that is what makes weight loss sustainable and lasting. And remember, just because your boyfriend or partner is eating doesn't mean you need to be eating. Just because they can eat a lot and maintain their weight doesn't mean that will happen to you. You're going to think that this is totally unfair and it's so annoying that your partner can eat more than you not gain weight, or you can realize that life is not fair, suck it up, make a change, and be happy.
All right, listen, someone has to talk about it. So let me get into it. Here's the thing. This is for my man and woman trying to lose back, all right? The weekends do count. I see so many people do what they need to do during the weekday. All right, listen, I used to be one of those people. You do what you need to do Monday through Thursday. You eat super lean, you're eating salads and shit. You feel great, you feel amazing. You like you lost a little bit of fat. You pull everything differently. And then Friday night, you get your margaritas, or you get your drinks, you eat a big ass meal. Saturday, you're like, yo, let's get the football, I feel great. Let me eat some burgers and fries, let me have dessert, I deserve it, I worked so hard this week, right? So it's that mindset of turning on and off your fitness, all right, and your lifestyle, right? You can't turn on and off your lifestyle, because here's the thing, you can't clock out of fitness, because you eat every single day. So if what you're eating is not going towards your goal, guess what, you're not going to be lean. I see that shit all the time. You can eat in a deficit.
Monday through Thursday, right? Even Monday through Friday. And then in a circle Saturday and Sunday, come Monday, you can actually gain weight or it'll be the same weight.
That's
right?
facts.
You're not gonna make any progress that way. You're literally
I gained 3
stepping
pounds.
two identities. The
in
healthiest version of yourself
one
and the
day.
weekend, the unhealthiest version of yourself. So lock in
And I'm
on
working
your
So some of the things that I thought were fine, but were actually keeping
one
me
day
fat.
cost me
This is me
4 or
when I
5
was
days.
doing a lot of these things. I sadly don't have photos of me at my very, very heaviest, but this is pretty close. I would eat first thing in the morning when I woke up, even if I wasn't hungry, because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And a lot of times the things I would eat were high in carbs, which meant it was spiking my blood sugar. And the first thing you put in your body is going to affect the rest of your day. If you eat something that is high in carbs or sugar, it's gonna get you to be craving carbs and sugar all day long. I always get distracted. I have my phone or the TV or something on. What this does is it means your brain doesn't fully register your meal. This means you're less satisfied and you're more likely to overeat. I feel like a lot of people do this. I always save the best bite for last. What this does is it means you're always gonna finish your food because that's the bite that you're looking forward to. But if you switch and eat your favorite bites first, the parts that you don't even really want to eat, you won't. Lastly, I always told myself I needed a sweet treat after every meal, especially a savory one. Even if you're super full after eating a huge steak or something, if you eat sugar, it can give your brain a false green light that you're not actually as full as you think and to keep eating.
I can tell you how anyone gets fat. Doesn't matter what you eat, doesn't matter how much you exercise, doesn't even matter if you have insane willpower. If your insulin stays high long enough, you will gain fat. It's not magic, it's biology. To make it as simple as I possibly could, high insulin plus time equals fat every time. So if you want to start to get rid of what looks like a beer belly, or you're just ready to start losing fat, or you've been trying to lose fat for years and can't, you have to control the insulin. That is literally the missing piece to the math equation here. Don't complicate it, just look into it.
These are 5 habits that are keeping you fat. I know this because I did all of these things whenever I was 25 pounds heavier. Number 1 is eating according to the clock as opposed to when you're actually hungry. Because every time you eat when you're not hungry, you are giving your body calories that it's not asking for. This creates a snowball effect throughout the entire day. Because you're eating when you're hungry and you're eating when you're not hungry. And so then you're consuming way more calories than you actually need, and that makes it really difficult to be in a calorie deficit. Number 2 is forcing yourself to finish your plate or be a part of the Clean Plate Club. If you haven't noticed by now, hunger fullness cues are kind of my bread and butter. So if you get full throughout a meal, that's your body's way of telling you, hey, I'm good now, and you need to respect that. At the point when you get full, no matter what's left on your plate, no matter how big or small, put it in Tupperware, put it in the fridge, save it for later. That would be a really great addition to a meal or a snack for you to have later. Next is meal prepping things that you don't actually really like that much. I like to say prep for the person that you actually are as opposed to some idealized version of yourself that you'd like to be at lunch. Because if you don't like what you prep, then best case scenario, you're just wasting money. But worst case scenario is you eat that meal, consume all those calories, and then consume all the calories that you had to consume in order to get satisfied because you're still thinking about food since you didn't like your meal. Number 4 is setting an arbitrary threshold for what constitutes like a good enough workout. Because if you're saying like, I have to go for this many miles or this many steps, or this many minutes, or like be this amount of sweaty in order for it to be good enough, then you're setting up a situation where it's going to be hard to be consistent with exercise. When you don't have the time or the energy to reach those arbitrary goals, then you're just going to skip that workout. And then that's a time where you could have been active. So if you keep your goals low, push yourself when you can, scale back when you need to, then you're always going to find a time to be active regardless of what's going on. Number 5 is being super afraid of carbs, always saying that's too many carbs, and then having really low carb meals, but then having crazy carb cravings and always making up for it with your super high carb snacks. I would so much rather you just give yourself high quality, high fiber carbs at each of your meals at regular intervals throughout the day, because without putting them in your meals and then having crazy cravings for carbs, the carbs that you're going to be eating then, you're missing out on nutrients. You're never going to have a high quality carb. So just get it right the first time and put a solid carb source in your meals. There's no reason to be afraid of them. They're not going to make you fat.
Your friends are keeping you fat. Watch who you listen to. If the people around you mock your fitness goals, encourage you to eat unhealthy, say you're fine the way you are if you're unhappy and unhealthy, they're not your friends. I know it's hard to hear, trust me, but sometimes the people we love the most are the ones that are holding us back. Not necessarily because they don't care about you, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. When you decide to change your life, it forces people to look at their own choices. If they're not ready to do the work, they'll try to pull you back down to their level, sometimes not even consciously. They'll say things like, one more bite won't hurt, oh my God, you're being obsessed. You can miss one workout, but if you forget everything I said, remember this. People who are truly happy with themselves won't try to stop other people from improving themselves. I'm not saying you have to cut your friends off completely, but what I am saying is that you need to set boundaries. You need to be around people who encourage your goals instead of sabotage them, consciously or not.
Here are 5 habits that are preventing you from losing weight. And I know this because I did all of these whenever I was 25 pounds heavier. Number 1 is eating breakfast when you're not actually hungry. I know this is all the rage right now with influencers being like, oh my gosh, if you eat breakfast before you drink coffee, then you're going to spike your cortisol and that's going to keep you fat. None of that's true. When you are forcing yourself to eat breakfast when you're not actually hungry, you are just going to increase your calorie intake throughout the day. I'm not saying you need to fast. I'm not saying you need to force yourself through hunger in order to eat at a certain time, but just eat whenever you're actually hungry. If that is as soon as you wake up in the morning, awesome. If that is later in the day, that's fine too. Number 2 is going past the point of comfortable hunger in order to fulfill a protein goal. One of the main benefits of protein for fat loss is that it keeps you fuller for longer. So if you're going past fullness to eat more protein, you're just giving your body calories that it's not asking for and completely negating one of the main benefits of protein for fat loss. Number 3 is working out fasted. And I know that's probably very surprising, but what happens is, throughout the night, your body, since we're not eating anything, is relying on your stored carbohydrates to keep you alive throughout the night. So it's going into your glycogen stores. And then if you wake up, you don't eat anything beforehand, and then you go do a workout, especially if it's a really hard, intense HIIT workout or something, your body is really diving into that stored glycogen, your stored carbohydrates. And so then what I find happens with clients, it's just impossible to get your blood sugar back into a good range. It's just so difficult to get on top of your hunger throughout the day. Since you're just running on fumes so much, it's really difficult to actually get to a place where you feel good again, and you're just struggling so much with hunger throughout the day. So having just a little bit of carbohydrate before you go and do a workout in the morning is going to make a huge difference. Number 4 is heavy cream. I love it. It tastes so good. Sometimes I'll eat it in a restaurant, but in terms of cooking at home, a cup of heavy cream is 800 calories. There's tons of other options that you could do. You could do whole milk plain Greek yogurt. You can do a whole milk. Even half and half is going to be significantly better than heavy cream. Just switch it. Just tell yourself, I'm not going to use it at home unless it's a really, really special occasion, just because it does pack such a big calorie punch. Number 5 is working out once throughout the day and think that's enough activity. I actually much prefer my clients to just be active overall throughout the day. I don't even care as much about dedicated workouts. That's more for your mental health and your long-term health. But for fat loss purposes, I want you to just take steps throughout the day and live overall a more active lifestyle, doing things like parking further away, taking the stairs, things like that. All of that adds up and significantly increases your calorie burn throughout the day and makes fat loss a lot easier.
I went to work yesterday.
That way you've been trying to lose every other aspect of your life will improve as well. Just watch. I lost 25 pounds and I have never been happier. When you look better and you feel better and you feel healthy, there's just nothing quite like it. The confidence that I have gained, and not just in the fact that I think my body looks better, but in the fact that I kept a promise to myself. I did something hard. I achieved a goal. Something that I have been talking about doing for so long. I did it. That builds confidence. Keeping promises to yourself builds confidence. Showing up every day, even when you don't want to, builds confidence. And then you start seeing results and it just motivates you to keep going. You're feeling better and you're looking better. You want to do more things. You want to be more social. I'm not worried about how my clothes are going to fit now because they just naturally fit nicely. I'm not worried about how I'm going to look in photos because I just naturally look better in photos. I used to hate every single photo I took. I would think, oh, I look fat in that. That doesn't happen anymore. I used to complain to my boyfriend about my body. I haven't made a negative remark about my body. I realized the other day, I was like, I haven't made a negative comment about my body because I genuinely love it now. That is crazy to me. I genuinely can say that I love my body now. I never thought that I would get to that point because I was so unhappy with it for so long. I promise you that if you have been wanting to lose weight, please do it. It is one of the best things that you will ever do.
So I was 60 pounds last year, and a lot of people want to know how my life has changed since losing that weight. And a lot of people talk about how people treat them better because they're smaller, or they get to wear the clothes that they want to wear. You can see their jawline, whatever. For me, the most invaluable thing was the confidence that I gained from being consistent. For a long time, I could not be consistent in the gym I would buy fruits and vegetables just for them to rot in my fridge and for me to never eat them or cook them. But once it finally clicked into my brain that like this was something that I needed to do desperately, and I got consistent and started to see progress and achieve my goals, that consistency is what gave me confidence. It gave me confidence because consistency is a skill that I now use in other areas of my life. And so now I can trust myself to show up for myself and do the things that I say I'm going to do for myself and for other people in my life. So if you are on a like fitness, weight loss, lifestyle journey right now, or you're trying to pass an exam, get a promotion at work, literally anything, doing what you say you're going to do is not only going to help you achieve your goals, but it's going to give you the confidence to achieve way more than you even thought was possible.
If you are trying to lose weight and get skinny, you need to be obsessed with the process, because losing weight means that you need to change your behaviors, and in order to do that, you need to constantly be thinking about it. And people are like, oh, that's obsessive, that's not healthy. I don't care. Do you want to know what's not healthy? Is staying in the same body and not being happy and complain about it and never do anything to change it. And that is not skinny girl behavior. In a positive way, you need to be obsessed with the journey, constantly thinking about it. How am I going to get extra steps in? How am I going to stay more disciplined today? What am I eating today that are going to help me get to my goals? Sally brought donuts into the office today. Should I have one? No. And for me, I'm constantly thinking about how excited I am. And I'm constantly thinking about like the clothes that I want to wear and how I'm going to feel. I'm obsessed with this. And until your behaviors, your changed behaviors become habitual, it's a habit, you no longer need to think about it, you just do it. You need to constantly, it needs to constantly be on your mind. You don't need to be talking about it. Actions speak louder than words. It's in the brain, okay? So if you want to lose weight, stay obsessed. You'll see results, and then you'll be obsessed with your new body, okay? I've lost 106 pounds, and here's something that I would like to say to anybody who wants to start a weight loss journey or who's making excuses to why they haven't lost the weight. I'm going to tell you, lose the weight. It'll be the best thing you've ever done for yourself. And I hate to say it, especially as a woman. The world is very vain, guys. It's a very vain world, okay? Especially in the world of being a woman. You are judged by your appearance just as much as a man is judged by the amount of money he makes. In a perfect world, you should be loved at every single way that you're at. You shouldn't be treated differently just because you weigh less. But unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world, okay? Truth be told is I have gotten more opportunities since losing weight. I get treated a lot better since I've lost weight. I treat myself better since I've lost the weight. I don't care how you have to do it. Lose the weight.
I don't care what anybody says. Lose the weight. Just lose the weight. Everybody loves to not tell you when you're not looking good, and they just love to call you beautiful, even though you can still be beautiful and overweight, but just lose the weight. You will see how different you get treated when you lose the weight. Actually, you won't even want to talk to the same men that you used to talk to once you lose the weight. Yeah, just lose the weight.
So I lost 120 pounds, right? And one of the best things that came out of losing that weight is not the looks. I have to say, like, I feel better, my clothes, all that stuff. But you know what's awesome? Going out.
And if you hear me something going to the back, going to the knees, baby, shake it to the max. Get your face down, up your face to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Black man slow, 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 yeah, black man slow, black man slow, yeah, black man slow. You put the body like a slide.
Are you kidding with your buzz?
Make your combos, could I never take a lot, yeah. Like a ball, don't go pussy fast, yeah. Skin off the pussy for the fucking. Yeah, you make it catch a grab. Original, yeah, some of them I did not have.
And if you hear me something going to the back. take me off the top. Yeah, you know watch my body like you know watch your much. Yeah, anything you say, them girl, let do it like it's that. But make up when I'm on it like the custom movie trap. Classic, real bad, girl, we get nasty. I do whatever I want, just because I'm a boss. Yes, I'm the one in charge. Never get my phones and it's the body in the law. Yes, I know anybody can touch this. Baby, I am not a hoe. Price and bees, money, head up and down. I feel me that yes, and you just pass. Every Sunday go to the back, go to the knees, baby, shake it to the max. For the DJ, please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. I'm not a fan, I'm a one command. I came just to kill me so many times. They won't see the hits, but I don't need a man. But they don't tell me why, I'm truly a child. You dealing with the body, of course. Are you dealing with the buzz? If you break up, baby, nobody's the buzz. I'm pregnant every two that have a toss. Sunny homie, but you can't touch this. Baby, I already leveled up. You looking for love, and I'm looking for the love. Baby, you can handle any sauce. And if you hear me, Sunday, go to the back. Go to the knees, baby, shake it to the max. For the DJ, please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Alright, so I totally revamped my place for the holidays with Ashley, and they gave me 25% off.
She has a problem communicating what she means. Like putting on in, bad video past my time ain't free. I don't need to complain her. Yeah, I know how it be. See, no stress about when chilling. She got that free. Don't post on Insta. Citing to dinner. I might have to address why. Assumptions by killer. Why you talking about men about traction? Take time off Twitter. I was hitting for the she want to film it like that trailer. Set up just like a director. Tommy Lee was a pure mechanic, but I just have to be inspector. You know I want to see a little more, a little bit, but I don't want to be too extra. So the guy never gave it this feeling. I must be a inventor. Member, joints in the blender, tender, venture, right in the center, enter.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Don't want to leave her cause she's we ended up signing everything. Why not? Don't be annoying.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Don't want to leave her cause we ended up signing everything. Why not?
Wicked. CRV fuck with this train, us bro, if you have a cup, just take it. Sexy pics on the Insta, send that heat, I'm not a bacon. KMT, her brethren, smoky too. I ain't tryna get it. But I ain't tryna go on like she don't look wicked. She say, I ain't tryna be much shallow, I don't even know if the king grips it. She say, I don't even see them plasma, she already know how to fix it. Better slow down if you want brisket. On a big mama, but I ain't biscuit. Ooh, in the line, and I might risk it. Wicked.
It's your birthday, so you're sitting pretty. Your body set good when you give it to me. When I'm gonna get thin and skinny, but I like her, she my biggie, she heavy. She say her best friend Ben and Jerry. She says best cause we get the belly. They nice first class, not secondary. Been a whole week, can you checking for me? A piece of my love with this pepperoni. Needing the water, she been there for me. From road to the ceremony. You send it for me, please cash for the man. Rocks in my hand in a fat rubber band. I'm out to hold your back on the land. Long in this life till I might catch a tan.
the day when I got home from work, I burned 1,100 calories. I had 15,000 steps. And where I'm working out is so much a bigger area. The different wing of the place I'm working, much more walking. That's why I said I burn my little 400 calories. Still go rest today. And if I wasn't working, I would do an hour and 40 minutes. To get my 10,000 steps at least. Chicken salad last night.
I'll be foolish if I don't let you indulge me. Your lips like poison. I take my chance with you. If I did, I look happy. Don't do it, you're in midnight. I'll show you I know you. No one's wrong with that. Let's let me with it. Would you hold me down in the corner? Waka when you enter my little. Baby, gonna. Do you give me sugar? La. Mona Lisa.
Yesterday was my first day back after my vacation. Ugh, my life. Ugh. Draining.
In my body, I taught it to party. It's naughty to stop. The rush has subsided. I'm promised to trying and starting with you.
Is that how the job? Yay.
What I done to a sip, sweat it down to a drop. One of things she's hot, she's fun, she's not fashion. I like her thing again. She's always on the phone. I can't go where she went. I'm not fashion.
I hate my job. I don't leaving that job at this school yet. I'm not trying to leave this job. She's always on the phone. I can't go where she went. I just say that. I hate my job. But it does get me.
She's not fashion. I She's been in on my money, I'm losing you more. She burning through my drugs, I can't find from the store. Nobody in the club, and she's out of control. I never give her up, but she knows how to go. She's not fine, I love her in my bed. She's always on the phone, I give her what she wants. I'm not fine, she can't be alone. I'm buying all the clothes, it's wherever she wants. She's not fine, I love her in my bed. She's always on the phone, I give her what she wants. I'm not fine, she can't be alone. I'm buying all the clothes, it's wherever she wants. She's not fine, I love her in my bed. She's always on the phone, I give her what she wants. I'm not fine, she can't be alone. I'm buying all the clothes, it's wherever she wants. She's my fine, she's my fine, she's my lover. She's my fine, she's my fine, she's my fine, she's my lover. She's my fine, my fine. I want you to take me from the top. Kiss me till I tell you, make it soft. One of us gotta bring us to a stop. Flip positions, switching genres till you make it pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pretty pop, on my lips, curly pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pretty pop, just a kiss, curly pop. Baby, I need you so. Signals can't release alone. I just got one in my home. Can't take pictures from my phone. So tell me how I is not. Keep the peer and read the sound. I like when we drop the spirit and kiss so loud. We just gotta make it stop. We just gotta kiss and swap. Switching genres till we make it pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pretty pop, on the lips, curly pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pretty pop, just a kiss, curly pop. Sedatives, so we said it was sedative melodies that I'm getting from heaven. He told me he was never alone. I think the truth is like a virgin. Kindness that I watch in the vessel. Isis, that we said that together. Soul ties that we needed to crop. Genres that we needed to pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pretty pop, on the lips, curly pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pretty pop, just a kiss, curly pop.
lot of mercy. You could be boss, bitch, but like the prince would be crazy. And I love when she do good things, she's so sexy. Compliments and stuff for me, oh, you know I'm ready. For you, I'm ready.
Like this now, go ahead and put it down. Let's go another round. Ooh, tell me how that sound. How that sound. I'ma let you take control. Why not? You know, just don't let me dancing on my own. I'ma let you take control. And I think you're ready. Come on, get down and skin on the I can feel it in the air. Baby, take me there. Hold me, love me like you can. Dancing, oh yeah. When you be holding me, something comes over me. Takes up control of me. Control me till I know. When you be holding me, something comes over me. Takes up control of me. Control me till I know.
That was my laugh. Oh, the live is still there.
Calm down.
In here.
Psychobiotics are a new class of probiotic bacteria with a unique superpower. Roughly 90% of all illness and disease is stress-related. So imagine if you could get your stress under control in a snap. Psychobiotics can...
Alright, you know what time it is. It's the way out. My TV is acting up. Wonder if I got any wonder if I got like 6-pack in me. If I could show. If I got one again. Let's see. Cause sometimes I have oh, you see them? I know you see them. Cause I can see them on the thing. See, I do have a 4-pack. I know y'all see them because I see them. I used to work out a lot. That's me trying to flex them. I used to work out a lot. Don't play with me. This is not, and I ain't did not near sit up. I ain't did not near sit up. I just always had a 4-pack like my whole life. From when I used to do sit-ups a lot. And it's just muscle memory. Anyway, let's see what we got. All right, we got goal achieved, great. 60 minutes, I do my at least 60 minutes a day, just for starters. Then I go on about I'm almost at a full 7-day work week. Let's see the stats. 429 calories. How many steps we got? Same thing, 6,900 steps, almost 7,000 steps. And then I'll finish my day. Let me show y'all what I did yesterday. Ooh, y'all can't know my password. All right, so this is for today, so far. Yesterday, y'all saw me if y'all was here with me. This is how many calories I burned by the end of the day. Day before, that was when I wasn't working. Day before. Wasn't working. Day before. I don't play. Let's look at the full calendar. So far, these are all days I worked out. I didn't work out one. These 2 days I moved. This Wednesday I moved into my new apartment. I worked out. I was lifting bags, lifting chairs, lifting all types of crap. This is last month. I didn't skip a day. I skipped one day. I think my cycle started those 2 days. I was something. August. I think I skipped this day. Yeah, I skipped one day. July. July is when I really started this. Like every day. I used to work out. I mean, I've always been working out, but like consistently when I started seeing results, I missed those 2 days. I missed that day, missed that day, missed that day. So I would, into July, that's when I started getting serious. August, September, and we into October. And we're going to keep going. And we're going to keep going. All right. Let's do this way out. I started today at 2:14, unfortunately. I was at 2:09. Oh, check out the silhouette. I was at 2:09 just last Thursday. And then I gained like 5 pounds over the course of like 2 days. I was eating pizza. I mean, I wasn't eating a lot of food. I had 2 slices of pizza. And I didn't really gain weight until I went out and had those drinks. And I swear, when I go out and drink, it makes it so hard for me to lose weight afterwards. That's why I stopped drinking like that. I mean, I love a good drink after work. Just one cocktail, little champagne, little wine. But man, the day that I get off work so late, y'all want to see my toes today? I'll show y'all my toes. I did them. Toesy Rosies. I like to get on the scale when I don't have anything on. Alright, started at 214.0 exactly. Let's see what we got. Look at this. 212. Started at 214 on the dot. So that's water weight. So I'm going to count this as 212. So I'm getting back down. Love you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.